Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're talking about how to avoid snail mail cyber scams. Now I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but cyber criminals have taken new steps in order to get your precious information. They know that people are aware of online cyber scams, so why not take a different approach and start attacking you via snail mail? Now, most people think that they only get junk through snail mail, but there are people that still receive snail mail and not all email, and criminals are going to take advantage of that. So in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the most common snail mail schemes or snail mail cyber schemes, and then discuss ways that you can stay safe from these threats. Now, the first threat would be malware delivered through physical media. That means normally a flash drive, not a CD-ROM drive, because obviously computers don't have CDs anymore. Well, this isn't the old days of AOL where you get a CD in the mail to install your AOL service. It was 30 years ago. It's hard to believe, but now criminals may send out physical media in snail mail. It may be the guise of a criminal sending out a USB drive claiming that it's from your relatives or some awesome business offer, or even a, sounds weird, but even a software program that you may want to download. But regardless, you want to avoid any USB flash drive or any physical media that comes via mail, because in most instances, if it's software, then you can download that from a safe and secure website. But if it's on a flash drive, it's a good opportunity for criminals to install some sort of tracking software on your computer or some malicious malware that will redirect you to a website where criminals will ask for and get your important information. So beware, if the flash drive shows up unknown to your snail mail or mailbox, don't use it, don't install it. Next on the list is QR code scams. Now, this is a recent scam that has popped up, basically out of Sweden, where people were getting notices from their bank or their fake bank asking people to use their smartphones to scan a QR code, which would then take them to a bogus looking site. I shouldn't say bogus looking, but a bogus site that is designed to look like your bank. And once you get to the duplicate site that looks like your bank, then you enter in your bank credentials, which cyber criminals will use in order to log into your bank or other financial institution. Now, I talked about QR code scams and phishing in a previous video, but beware when you scan QR codes. When you scan a QR code, it should take you to a website, but most of the times those websites are going to be informative as opposed to a website asking for your personal information. So if you do scan a QR code and it's asking for personal information, you want to make sure that you aren't entering in information that criminals can use in order to steal your data. Next on our list is sweepstakes and lottery scams. Now, it's hard to believe that these are still going around, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and there are people that are still hoping like they can win Publishers Clearinghouse, which is done online mostly, and other lottery sites where people can win a large amount of money in a quick amount of time. Again, these I can't believe I said that. These snail mail messages come through asking for personal information. As a matter of fact, most of them could be called snail mail phishing because it's using traditional mail purposes as opposed to email, which is obviously electronic mail. But anyway, if you get any alert saying that you've won the sweepstakes and you've got to enter in pertinent information. You don't want to fall for these scams because, again, criminals are always looking for your personal information so that they can get a hold of it and get your precious data. Next on our list is credit card scams. Oh boy, everyone's getting one of these every now and then, and it's not the fact where, um, well, some of them are legitimate. Let's put it that way. We have a credit card company reach out and say that you've been pre-approved to get a credit card. Well, the challenge is that you get credit cards from known companies, and you also get them from lesser known financial institutions that offer credit cards. Well, with these, if you are trying to get another credit card, or if you're in the process of building or rebuilding credit, you want to make sure that the credit card offer that you got in the mail is actually a legitimate credit card company because they ask for everything on these credit card applications: social security number, addresses, everything that a criminal would need in order to assume your data. So do your due diligence. Make sure that if you are filling one of these forms out, that you make sure that the company is legitimate. Also, if you get one of these credit card forms, you want to shred them because you never know who's going through your garbage in order to get your personal information. Now, the next one is something that was sent to me recently, which is a cashier's check scam. Now, the interesting about this is normally if you get payment for something and it's a payment through cashier check, then you're going to just get the cashier's check and you're going to deposit it in your bank or other financial institution and it's a done deal. But this particular one, which kind of tipped me off that it was a cashier's check scam, is that it had specific instructions of what to do once the cashier check was deposited. But the way these scams work is normally you get a cashier's check for a large amount of money, normally under around $5,000 because that sets off alarms, and which is the one that I got. It was like at 4,000, right at the tip of 5,000. But anyway, it had instructions on what to do. But the whole purpose behind the cashier's check scam is to get you to deposit the cashier's check, the bulk of it, and then send an amount to whoever sent you the cashier's check. That way they make some money off of the cashier's check, and with the check being fake, then you have to take care of the remaining amount because it's a bogus cashier's check. So any unsolicited checks that show up in your mailbox, don't deposit them. Please don't do it because most likely it's a scam. Now, this time of the year, charity scams are huge. And one of the reasons why criminals are going for traditional mail or snail mail as opposed to email is because spam filters are working well. People are a little bit more leery if a company sent them an email asking for charity, especially if it's a GoFundMe. But if you get it via traditional mail, you may think that it's a legitimate company who actually took the time to send you a snail mail message asking for your generous donation. Well, again, verify the charity and verify that the particular charity that sent out the email is a legitimate company rather than some made up charity created by cyber criminals. Now, we've had multiple of our customers fall for this scam: fake invoices and bills. Now, depending on if you're a small business or a larger business, these are prevalent because you employ a lot of people to utilize services. So companies will actually send out a fake invoice and have you pay it. But these invoices are normally occur because criminals get access to someone's inbox. They're able to duplicate an inbox or invoice and send it out, and you just pay it. So anytime you get an invoice, you want to verify that it's legitimate and that it's from an actual company that you've done business with. Now, for most individuals, this is pretty easy to deal with because you know which companies you've dealt with. But to cover both business and personal side, sometimes antivirus companies or even internet companies will send out, or criminals will send out fake invoices with their information on it, which makes it a little bit harder for you. Now, the challenge with this scam is that if you call to dispute the invoice or the bill, then they may say that they're sorry and then they'll want to refund your money using a credit card, normally one that they don't have in hand. So they are scamming you not only out of personal information, but out of getting your credit card numbers as well. How about those phony tax letters? It's happens. It's very easy with AI to imitate IRS or other tax entities' logos and information. So beware. Again, verify if you get a phony tax letter or any tax letter to make sure that you are really responsible for the letter that is showing up. And then there's also phony offers for financial aid. If you're a student, and students are prone to this, if you're getting a letter for financial aid, beware. May not be the legitimate source. Check it out. Make sure that the company that is sending the letter is legit and you're just not giving out your own personal information. So the question of the century is how do you protect yourself? And I know a lot of you are probably saying, well, it's common sense. Well, not always, because sometimes criminals are able to duplicate email and traditional mail with the help of desktop publishing software and, of course, AI. So, what can you do? Well, number one, make sure that any unsolicited email you stay cautious to, because it's easy for it to slide in your inbox and for you to react rather than thinking about the email that comes through. Both real world attacks and snail mail attacks are socially engineered like emails, meaning that these mail or mail letters are designed to make you react rather than to think about the information that is in the letter. So be cautious, number one. Number two, if you get any documents that are sensitive, that are credit card forms, anything that is got your information on it, be sure to shred them because criminals sometimes do peep out your trash can to find out what information they can gain about you. So shred those documents, even if you just tear them up. And then if you do get some suspicious email, make sure that you report it to the U.S. Postal Service so that they are aware of what scams are going on so that they can warn people like yourself that may have fallen for or are tempted to for some of these scammy messages that are coming into your inbox. So with that said, if you've got comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Would love to hear from you to find out how I can help you avoid some of those scammy messages out there. And with every video, I shouldn't say ask or beg, but suggest that if you like this video, be sure to share it, like it, and comment on it so that people like yourself that aren't familiar with technology can get tips and tricks to help keep them informed and safe. Now, my goal with every video that I make is to open you all up to a whole new world of ideas and experiences using technology. I love technology and I've read all the manuals and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile, and thanks for watching.